I'm Paul, this is OpenWoodShop.com, and today I want to experiment with different ways to make fretboard dots for musical instruments. This all started with a simple hole punch and a guitar pick. Soon I started looking for other materials to punch. An old driver's license is the same thickness as the guitar pick I used, which is a 32nd of an inch. Commercial inlay dots, by the way, are usually only 1/64th of an inch thicker than that, so almost the same. It's possible to punch a double thickness, and those can be stacked and glued and inlaid, but really I don't see a good reason to do that, but it's doable. Commercial inlay dots are typically 1/4 of an inch in diameter, which is what our humble hole punch makes. In a pinch, it might be a good way to repair old instruments with inlays that have fallen out or are missing. Using a 1/4 inch Forstner bit, the fit was really good, but a little sawdust and super glue filled in the edges, which was just a little cleaner than the dot without the sawdust. Plastic works nice, but what about walnut veneer? Looks pretty good. I have some abalone strips, not wide enough to make a full dot, but I can try it out anyway. Abalone is brittle and flaky, so I don't really expect too much. Not bad. I'm feeling pretty good about all this, and there's a scrap of 1/8 inch plywood on the bench, and I'll have to admit that at this point I was pretty much just looking for things to punch holes in, I guess. And that was when I felt my cheap sheet metal punch start to buckle. I was able to kind of sort of repair it, but maybe it's time to move on to something else. But before I leave the paper punch behind, a quick search on Amazon showed punches that also do 1/8 inch holes. Also hearts and also some stars, and I don't know how well they work for inlays, and I don't intend to find out. For a little more money you can get a heavy-duty punch or a deep-throated punch. Not sure why a luthier would need that, but there it is. Then there's these desktop punches with a 20 sheet capacity, and they look good. I decided I need to try one of those. I got mine in black. Once it came in the mail, I went right out to the shop to try it out. And right away I noticed how much easier it is to use, although a little harder to locate the punch accurately. Plastic dots come out with a curl, but that should be easy enough to flatten out. Punch outs in veneer were a total failure though, as was abalone and corian. Upon closer inspection, I found out that the reason this punch is easier to use and the reason that it mangles up some of the inlay materials is because of the shape of the punch. So I guess this one will wind up on my desk. But while I'm on the subject of inlay dots, I still have some other things I want to try. I dug around the shop until I found the old leather hole punch that I had. It's got a lot of different sizes, although it doesn't go up to the 1/4 inch size that I like. So it seems to work okay, and I got nice plastic dots as small as 3/32 of an inch. It didn't work well for abalone or veneer, but I was able to get some corian dots, although there's a lot of shatterage. Is shatterage even a word? And last of all, I can't not try the plug cutter. Corian is first up on the table. Like everything I did with the plug cutter, the thickness came out slightly tapered, so on one side it was about 1/4 of an inch in diameter, but the top side was a little bigger. I had a scrap of black locust that I cut from. And a piece of plastic. Plastic melts easily, so it had to be cleaned up before it was inlaid. And I also cut a plug of aluminum, because why not? So there are my inlay tests. 2 made with the common paper punch, and the others made with the plug cutter. You can see how the ones made on the plug cutter are slightly larger than the ones that were punched out. Anyway, thanks for staying with me on this, and for following me around the shop. And make sure you like, subscribe, comment, yada yada yada. And now go make something.